Welcome to Victory IAS Foundation. Now I am going to discuss environment and ecology cheetah issues before you. This is a 2 years important current affairs series conducted by us. In this, we will discuss whatever the current affairs happened in the past 2 years. That two big concepts like in everyday news, they are going to repeat. So, means like after 2 months, we will get an update over the same issue. Like after 3 months, again one update. So, totally it will become an essay. Like G20 issues, Triple Talaq, POSCO Act, like big issues we will discuss here. So, I am going to start the series first of all with environment and ecology. Okay, in this we are going with wildlife issues. So first of all we are starting with the cheetah issues here. Okay, whatever the cheetah updates happened in these 2 years will be discussed in this class. So here we will discuss cheetah restoration. Cheetah restoration. Cheetahs got extinct in India since 1952. Means since independence, since 70 years, cheetah was in a extinct mode in India. They are in IUCN Red List. They are vulnerable, endangered. So government want to introduce cheetah into the nation again. So first of all, the proposal come from Wildlife Trust of India in 2009. The first beginning proposal come from Wildlife Trust of India and in 2009. Okay. So but it formally commenced on September 17th, 2022. This was under the reintroduction of the species into the country was done by Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Ministry of Environment and Forest and Climate Change is the responsible body to introduce cheetah into India. Okay, it is first intercontinental reintroduction of the wild large carnivore species. This is first intercontinental transfer. Why? Because we are bringing cheetahs from Namibia. Namibia, okay, African country. So, what is the role of Ministry of Environment, Forest, Climate Change here? We will see. So, what they will do? They outlined the current status of cheetahs around the world. What is the status of cheetahs around the world? And benefits and complexities. Suppose in Africa. So, what happens? Every animal have some adaptation. Suppose we take a dog. We are transferring from one city to another city. We have a dog. So if we take from this city to there, it takes some time to adapt to new environment. In the same way, suppose we bring a cheetah from Africa to India, what will be the issues it faces in Indian environment? That we have to check here first. Okay? And where they will be introduced and where, what is the comfortable place? What is the comfortable place? For them, we have to check first one. Okay? So, finally, after this proposal come means Wildlife Trust of India, even the proposal in 2009. So, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change worked on this proposal. Then finally, the verdict came on January 2020. Supreme Court approved the to reintroduce cheetah into the current. Okay, so under this cheetah conservation fund was created. This cheetah conservation fund is a non-profit organization. Okay, it was non-profit organization of two countries, India plus Namibia. Okay, this is a international organization working with two countries. Okay, reintroduce cheetahs into India. Okay, what is the work of this cheetah conservation fund in here? Research lobby institution means they do research how we can transfer the cheetah in here, how we have to adapt into the new environment and lobby institution. concerned with study and sustenance of country's cheetah population, largest, healthiest in the world. Okay, the research and education center located in Otlarongo. Okay, this is also in Namibia. So the CCF Cheetah Conservation Fund, founded in 1990 by conservation biologist Larry Marker. Larry Marker. You remember this, like Larry? One person is there who paint on Larry. Big baby. Okay. So like that, you can remember this name as a short name. Born 2010, Tyler Prize for her efforts in Namibia. Means she got a Tyler Prize also for her efforts in Namibia. So she was the head of the panel, Cheetah Conservation Fund. Okay. So action plan for reintroduction of cheetah in India. So under action plan for reintroduction of cheetah in India, 50 cheetahs will be brought from Namibia to India. Okay? Means yearly Namibia, South Africa and other African countries. Okay? So in these 50 cheetahs will be located from Namibia to India in 5 years. Means 10 to 12 or 8 to 12 per year basis. Means first year they will send 8 to 10 cheetah, 12 cheetah. And again second year 8 to 12. 8 to 12. Like that they will make in 5 years 50 cheetahs to India to get to be adapted to the new environment. Okay. So in July 2020, India and Namibia linked. So for this, a memorandum of understanding (MOU), memorandum of understanding (MOU) means it is one type of agreement. Suppose you are selling a land to someone. So what happens? You will make one agreement. If you are taking a space on rent or selling your giving your property to rent, then what you will go do? You will go for an agreement. In the same way, India and Namibia also going on an agreement to how to transfer the cheetah. Okay, how to raise the cheetah here in India. If India got any problem, how Namibia will solve? All these things will be enclosed in this memorandum of understanding. Okay, the first batch of 10 to 12 cheetahs. First year currently being brought from Namibia to introduce into Puno. So what is place decided for the introduction of cheetahs? That is Puno National Park, Madhya Pradesh. Puno National Park. What is this park? Why this is only selected? We will discuss later. So in September 2022, Prime Minister of India released the first batch of 8 cheetahs, 5 females and 3 males. 5 cheetahs. Okay. Sorry, 8 cheetahs. 8 cheetahs, 5 females plus 3 males. 8 cheetahs out of 5 females, 3 males were introduced into Puno National Park, Madhya Pradesh. Okay. So in this, actually the country is done a memorandum of understanding. The plan is to reintroduce cheetah into India. But who will execute the project actually? Who will be doing the funding? That is Indian Oil. Indian Oil Corporation. It is a private limited under corporate social responsibility. They are giving fund for this project. That is 50 crore to 75 crore. And National Tiger Conservation Authority. National Tiger Conservation Authority also join in this project. They will transfer, they will bring, means by flight, they will bring cheetahs to from Namibia to India. Okay, so Here you can see the same is a continuation with MOU linked between India and Namibia on July 2022 for wildlife conservation and sustainability biodiversity utilization. So what is the ambition of this project? Wildlife conservation. Because the cheetah is going extinct in India, we have to reintroduce it into the wild. And sustainable biodiversity conservation also important here. Why? Because if we have to keep cheetah in a national park, we have to improve the park also. Its biodiversity, we have to improve habitat, we have to improve along with its prey population also. Prey population, whatever the prey population is there for cheetah, either it is endangered or vulnerable, we have to save the prey population also. So totally it leads to sustainable biodiversity utilization and re-establish cheetah in historical range of India, which were extinct species, which is an extinct species already from India. So India will provide the funds and the CSR, already I told you this. National Tiger Conservation Authority linked memorandum of understanding, again they come into means India plus Namibia signed one MOU, one international. Again, MOU 2 was signed by NTCA plus India. Okay, that is the thing. Okay, so as part of the MOU, IOC will grant, Indian Oil Corporation will grant 50 crore, 50 crore to 75 crore for this project execution. Who are the people involved in this project now? Okay, stakeholders were the people that directly or indirectly for this project are Forest Department, South African National Biodiversity Institute, Endangered Wildlife Trust, etc. Indian Air Force, okay, flies the cheetahs from South Africa. They bring the cheetahs by flight from South Africa to India. Okay, India and Namibia will collaborate on areas including climate change. Not only this, not only for cheetah, India and Namibia now will work on other issues of environment also, that are climate change, environmental governance, pollution, waste management, environmental assessment, etc. As part of the MOU. Means it's not just I am buying the thing you are taking. It is a collaborative work, collaborative effort and relationship established between South Africa and India now. Okay, and India and South Africa signed an agreement on Project Cheetah in January. According to the agreement, we will get 12 cheetahs from South Africa. So what is the plan now? India will get 50 cheetahs in 5 years. 8 to 12 cheetahs per year from African countries. So they brought now how many cheetahs? 8 cheetahs from Namibia. This number you should remember till the end. That is very important. Okay, 12 cheetahs from South Africa. So totally how many cheetahs we are getting from African countries now? 8 plus 20 cheetahs are coming to India under the agreement, where they are coming into Kuno National Park, Madhya Pradesh. Okay, so what is the significance? What is the importance of cheetah here? Introduction here. So that is to establish sustainable cheetah population, restore the species in historical way, enhance biodiversity. Means already I told you, cheetah reintroduction means increase the population of cheetahs in India, along with the new concept of forest also, forest biodiversity, habitat management, and along with their population also we have to see. So what is the significance of introducing a cheetah? Along with growing its population, we have to monitor environment, habitat management, community engagement. Means if a national park has improved, automatically in locality people will get jobs. Okay, so community management also one objective of this reintroduction. Okay, and reintroduce ecology development, habitat management, protection, veterinary healthcare, and staff training. So our staff will be given training to take care of the cheetahs because they are coming from Africa. They take some time to adapt it to Indian environment. Meanwhile, they have to take care of the cheetah in very good way. Okay, that's why they are given training. Besides conserving big cat, the initiative itself is a boon to the ecosystem. Why it is a boon to the ecosystem? To improve the national park. So to save the cheetah, we will improve the ambience of the national park, and we will grow prey population. Either it is vulnerable or endangered. So the project is a boon to the ecosystem. Project Cheetah is nationally important and also essential to balance the ecosystem. Okay, in saving cheetahs, it is necessary to save not just its prey base, including certain threatened, I told you now, vulnerable, endangered, threatened. Okay, species should be saved to become the food to the cheetah. Suppose we brought the cheetah from Africa and don't have sufficient food here, it can't survive. So we have to improve the prey population of the cheetah. So what is the role of the project? Along with saving the ecosystem, we have to save the endangered, vulnerable, threatened prey species of the cheetah also. Means cheetah would perform as the top predator. Okay, functional role of species perform its functional role of top predator. Okay, so what about cheetah? We are discussing cheetah in reintroduction plan, everything. So now we are going to know the basic details. What is a cheetah? Okay, so it is native to Africa and Central Europe. So cheetah stays in two countries all over the world. That is native to Africa and Europe. It is the fastest land animal. Means it runs at the speed of 18 to 128 kilometers per hour. Means it runs at the speed of a bus. Suppose a bus travels 60 kilometers per hour. So cheetah runs 80 kilometers per hour. Means more than a bus, a cheetah runs, but less than a train. Means if you see in National Geography how cheetah runs, you will get surprised. Why? Because it will be running at equal frequency with a train or with a bus. That you will get surprised. So what is the role of the project? Along with saving the ecosystem, we have to save the endangered, vulnerable, threatened prey species of the cheetah also. Means cheetah would perform as the top predator. Okay, functional role of species perform its functional role of top predator. Okay, so what about cheetah? We are discussing cheetah in reintroduction plan, everything. So now we are going to know the basic details. What is a cheetah? Okay, so it is native to Africa and Central Europe. So cheetah stays in two countries all over the world. That is native to Africa and Europe. It is the fastest land animal. Means it runs at the speed of 18 to 128 kilometers per hour. Means it runs at the speed of a bus. Suppose a bus travels 60 kilometers per hour. So cheetah runs 80 kilometers per hour. Means more than a bus, a cheetah runs, but less than a train. Means if you see National Geography, how cheetah runs, you will get surprised. Why? Because it will be running at equal frequency with a train or with a bus. That you will get surprised. The scientific name of cheetah is Acinonyx jubatus ventarius. Acinonyx jubatus venaticus originates from Sanskrit, means spotted one, means cheetah has spots on its body. That is the meaning of this word. So the cheetah population is usually widespread animal found in where in India it was found? In Jaipur, Lucknow, north to Mysore in south, and from Kathiawar in the west, and Deoghar in the east. Kathiawar means like all around till Pakistan, and Deoghar in the east, Mysore in the south, okay, and Jaipur and Lucknow in the north. And it also extends eastwards to India and sub-Saharan Africa. Sub-Saharan Africa. And it can be found in variety of habitats like savannas of Serengeti, arid mountain ranges of Sahara and hilly deserts. So it can be found in savannas and deserts. So it can be found in savannas and deserts. Cheetah is large feline species belonging to subfamily Felinae. It is a large feline species belonging to subfamily, means the main family is Acinonyx jubatus ventarius. At the same time, the subfamily is Felinae. So the cheetah belongs to large feline species. And they are typically solitary animals with females raising cubs independently. Means the female do not depend on the male to raise the cubs. The female independently raises the cubs when the male is absent in the family. Okay, cheetah plays a crucial role as a top predator. Already I told you it is a top predator, means it have many prey species in their ecosystem, helping to maintain balance in the prey population. So what will happen? There will be a balanced prey population. Suppose there are 10 birds, the cheetah is going to finish 6 birds. Automatically, only 4 birds will be left. So, the cheetah balances the prey population, means overpopulation of any species will be avoided in the. So, what are other features of extra special features of cheetah? We will discuss here. They can't fully retract their claws. Okay? Because of traction when running. Okay, whatever the food is there, the food of the cheetah can't be fully folded. So that it can't fully fold the food, it can run fast, and there will be friction between the way. There will be friction between the way when it's running. Okay, and cheetahs purr instead of roaring. They make a different sound instead of roaring, like a cat. So this is due to their unique vocal cord structure. They chirp also, chirp like birds. They chirp like birds to locate their cubs. Okay, they will make bird sound also to locate their cubs. Okay, cheetahs have poor night vision. They have poor night vision. Like some people have night blindness. Night blindness. They can't see well in nights. In the same way, cheetah also having poor night vision. So compared to other cats, so they primarily hunt during the day only. That's why they don't hunt in the nights. They hunt during the day only. Their tail acts as rudders, providing balance and steering during high-speed chases. So while running, when cheetah is running, to balance like steering, they have their tail. And to create traction is friction. Friction, so that they do not fall down while running. They have claws. Their claws can't be fully closed. Their foot can't be fully closed, so that they won't fall while running very fast also. Okay, so what is the IUCN status of cheetah? It is vulnerable. It is vulnerable. Cheetah is in vulnerable state in IUCN red list of threatened species with a declined extant population of less than 7,000 individuals in savannas of Africa. Only 7,000 cheetahs are there all around the world now, primarily in savannas of Africa. Okay, it is the only large carnivore that went extinct in India due to overhunting. Why in India cheetah went extinct? Why don't we have cheetah population? It's overhunting, habitat loss. Suppose we are growing industries, we are moving into agri oriented. So what will happen automatically? Forest land will be diverted. Forest land will be diverted to make agriculture and construction. So what will happen automatically? The cheetah is losing its habitat and shrinking prey base. Whatever the cheetah eats, the food is if not available. Suppose cheetah eats birds, but birds are not available in India. So what happened automatically? Cheetah will die after some time because it won't have food. And climate change, heat, lot of heat in summers in India. We run with shortage of water. So what will happen in ecosystem if there is no water? Any species falls away, automatically they die after some time. Okay, the last cheetah died in Korea district in present day Chhattisgarh in 1947. The cheetah was officially declared extinct by Indian government in 1940. So last cheetah died in Korea district, Chandigarh 1947. So the cheetah declared extinct by Indian government in 1940. So that is the cheetah story. That's why cheetah is extinct in India. We are planning to reintroduce the species again into the family. How cheetah got extinct in India? Overhunting, okay, and relatively narrow prey species and loss of textile forest habitat. Main reasons you have to remember. What are the reasons behind cheetah? Less population in India, overhunting, narrow prey base, and loss habitat. Three reasons you have to remember. And emphasis on agriculture. Already I told you we are acquiring the forest land also due to agriculture and agriculture. So automatically habitat loss will be done. Okay, it is in IUCN range to vulnerable cat. This vulnerable category point also you should remember that is most important. Okay, and it is a large mammal extinct in India since independence. It is a keystone species of dry forest and savanna grass. Already I told you this. This is a keystone species. Okay, what is a keystone species? It is important species in the environment. Okay, in dry forest, subforest, and savanna grasslands. Okay, keystone species is a plant or animal that plays unique and crucial role. Okay, it plays a crucial, important role in the ecosystem. So without them, the ecosystem would be dramatically different. Is to exist. Without them, cheetah, the ecosystem won't survive because the food web we know already. But food web also you can decide what is the keystone species according to Wildlife Institute of India Action Plan for Reintroduction of Cheetah. 50 wild already and growing. So 50 wild cheetahs are ideal for starting new cheetah population will be imported as a founder stock over 5 years. So 50 cheetahs will be imported into India in 5 years. Like 8 to 12 every year. Already 12 are introducing from South Africa and 8 are introducing from Namibia into India. So total 20 cheetahs are introduced into India. So modifications made to current bomas means where the cheetah live, the cages where the cheetah live. So they are modified to be good level so that cheetah feel comfortable there. Okay. So the significance of the project is in situ conservation of the species, beneficial to entire ecosystem, save its practice. In this also you have to remember 3 points, that is to retain sustainable population of cheetah and to save the ecosystem, save the previous. We are going to reintroduce the cheetah into our ecosystem. So there pose no danger to humans or large life. So what is the role of KNP? So here, in introducing the introduction of cheetah, why KNP, Kuno National Park only selected in India? That reasons we will see now. So, why KNP only given highest priority for reintroduction? That reasons we will see now. Okay, suitable habitat, adequate privacy means enough area. Suppose we are going to reintroduce 20 cheetahs. So 20 cheetahs require 20 cages. 20 cages. So suppose if you assume one cage requires 1/4 acre land. So how many acres land required to assist 20 cages? 20 into 1/4. 5 acres land minimum should be there to accommodate these cheetahs. So KNP is having that suitable habitat and adequate privacy. Whatever the prey animals are there means cheetah food eating animals are available in KNP. Okay, and capable of supporting 21 cheetahs. Devoid of human settlements means KNP is very distant from human settlements. Humans are nowhere, they move or are migrate from there. So it is very suitable to keep cheetah. And there the enables coexistence of 4 big cats. Means lion, tiger, snow leopard, cheetah. All are available in this KNP. So what is the basic information about KNP we will see here. Okay. It is established in 1981 as a wildlife sanctuary and was given status of national park in 2018. Sorry, it is established in 1981 but given status of national park in 1918. It was named after Kuno River. It is a major tributary of Chambal River. Okay, Kuno is a major tributary of Chambal River. The river flows through the entire length, bisecting the national park. It was chosen by Wildlife Institute of India and Wildlife Trust of India as passable habitat. So it is chosen as a suitable place for reintroduction of cheetah by Wildlife Institute of India, WII, and Wildlife Trust of India. 2 people selected it for reintroduction of cheetahs. It's also chosen as a possible site to implement Asiatic lion reintroduction project. Lion reintroduction project also being planned in KNP. Okay, so a second lion population in India. Kuno National Park is wildlife sanctuary and national park in Madhya Pradesh. So located in so where it's exactly located? It's located in northern part of Vindhyachal mountain range in Shahpur district. Okay, northern Vindhyachal mountains you might know in Indian map. Okay, so they will come in between. So it lies above the Vindhyachal mountains. Okay, northern part of Vindhyachal mountains. So I will cover this Kuno National Park in a short video. Kuno National Park introduction in our channel. Please check it out. You will get a clear idea of the national park location, why it's selected for cheetah reintroduction. Okay, the park is named after Kuno. Already I told you, Kuno River flows through the park. It is a tributary of Chambal River. That's why Kuno National Park was given the name of the river Kuno. Okay, so there several cheetahs are translocated from Namibia to South Africa. Okay, relocation of cheetah. As a result, Union government initiated the cheetah relocation project. Project implemented slowly after Supreme Court allowed Union government to do so in January 2020. So what happened in September 2022? PM of India released 12 cheetahs from South Africa plus 8 cheetahs from Namibia into this number formula is very important. You should remember at any cost so that you will understand the next consequences of this project. Okay. So India initially planned to introduce African cheetahs. So what are the concerns in this project? What is the problem with this project? So India planned to introduce the African cheetahs, but this was against IUCN rules. Why? Because suppose if you observe native native species is different and exotic species is different. So native species is a species where it was grown, where it belongs to the area total. But exotic species means it imitates the native species, but it is not the original one. Okay, suppose you observe a sheep. Sheep in South India, it is very thin, and it doesn't look healthy to us. But if you observe same sheep in Manali, Himachal Pradesh, so it is so healthy, so it will be having so much wool. It is very beautiful also. So if you see in the same way, if you see a cow in South India, it is very thin and weak, like the owner is not giving food to it. But if you see a cow in Haryana, it will be very healthy and very beautiful, like anything. It will give more milk also. In the same way, every time native species is different from exotic species. That's why IUCN rejected African cheetah to be introduced into India and grown as a native species. Then IUCN is asking how it would be a native species if it brought from another country. It will have genetic diversity. It will have her original features belongs to Africa. Okay, it do not belong to India. That is the concern of IUCN. So introducing an exotic species will replace the native ones. So automatically after some generations, kids come to know African cheetah is our native cheetah. They don't know what is native cheetah of India. Because in zoo, etc., they are watching African cheetah only. They will think the cheetah will be like that only. They do not believe in India there will be cheetah before independence. That is the issue now. So they plan to move to Asiatic cheetah. So they plan to bring cheetah from Iran. So, but what happened due to India-Iran relationships later in Indian foreign affairs that affected the cheetah project. Tehran rejected to give cheetah to India. So, therefore, Asiatic cheetahs are not exotic species thought to be brought to the country. Okay, but Asiatic cheetahs found in Iran are categorized as critically endangered. Why Tehran refused to give the cheetah? Already it is critically endangered. If they are having only 1,000 cheetahs, if they give 50 cheetahs in 5 years to India, suppose in 1,000 cheetahs, they lost 200 cheetahs in 5 years. So what will happen? The cheetah population will go less. That's why Iran refused to give cheetahs to India. Okay. So highest genetic variation essential for forming population strength is found in African cheetahs. So highest genetic variation is there between Indian cheetah and African cheetah. Okay, African cheetahs are determined to be ancestors of all cheetahs. Means African cheetahs are ancestors of all cheetahs. So some features in Indian cheetah may mix with African cheetahs, but they are of different genetic diversity. So Iran is the only country in the world to have living population of Asiatic cheetah. So India is planning to introduce cheetahs since 1960s and 70s, but it came into implementation in 2022. So earlier, India had planned to relocate Asiatic cheetah from India to Iran. India from Iran. But plan changed to introduce African cheetah due to recent development. Already I told you, recent development in India-Iran relations led to cancellation of bringing Asiatic cheetah. However, plan never came to fruition, or they have refused to be part with the critically low population of Asiatic cheetah because they are already in critically endangered situation in Iran. If they give some cheetahs to India, it will go against the rules. That's why they refused. So African cheetahs slightly larger than Asian counterparts and found all across Africa and listed as vulnerable by IU. They are also vulnerable. They are not endangered. Here they are just vulnerable. So cheetahs would be released and monitored within 500 hectares of land in Kuno National Park. And 15 years after introduction, cheetah population in India is expected to rise maximum 21. So after this reintroduction plan in 2022, by 2037, the cheetah population would reach 21 in India. That is the expectancy population of this cheetah project. So, and for first time, this is intercontinental transfer of animals. See, it is for the first time large carnivore is being moved from one continent to another and is being reintroduced into the wild. So that's why this is a different project in environment. And so this is the concept about reintroduction of cheetah. In the next video, next session, the consequences of the project. Consequences, what happened after they introduced the cheetah into the wild, what happened, they survived in India or not, they adapted to the new environment or not, that we discuss in the second part of the video. So thanks friends, thanks for being stayed on to into the video. Compulsory follow the next video also to get the complete information on cheetah project. Please do like, share, subscribe our channel. Many students are watching our channel, but they are not subscribing. If you subscribe our channel, we will also get encouragement to make new videos on new topics. You will also get help in your preparation. Thank you.